Well, hello, hello. This is Rosa, rcgkreations. How are you doing? Hey, hey, hey. Bringing to you today a quick little video. We're going to be making some stew soup. Beef stew soup. Okay. You get your stew meat. And I was cheating. I just did the easy way. And I just went ahead and bought a pre-packaged stew meat. And this is beef stew meat. It didn't tell me what kind of meat this is, but you can use all kinds. It doesn't really matter. Okay, and what you want to do is you want to put it in the skillet. Let me grab some paper towels. You're going to add a little bit of flour and turn some heat on. And you want to brown the meat. Okay? You don't want to have a whole lot of flour. You know what? Let me make my hands off. Okay, you can see me there. And I just put this on a medium heat. And then we're going to, once this is this meat is browned, you can see how I didn't need a whole lot of flour. I got my bag out here just in case I need more, but I don't think I will. And for those who know, please put in the comments, what does the flour, browning the flour, do to the meat? I've looked it up, haven't found anything that I understand. Now I'm just breaking up the pieces of the meat, because you know they're all compact in that container where they vacuum sealed it closed. Well, they probably didn't vacuum seal it, they probably just wrapped it around at the butcher place. I got it at our local Kroger. Oh, let me add a little bit of oil. Oh, that's sweet almond. Don't want no sweet almond oil for that. Let me get a little bit of vegetable oil. I love me to spray containers. Really makes it handy for stuff like this where you want a little but not a lot. These are great little containers. They just spray. You continue breaking those pieces up. All you want to do is brown the meat. All sides of the meat, just brown it up. Then we're going to, for me, you can put it all in the stock pot, but I'm going to do the lazy way because we've got some running to do later today. We've got a party to go to. A friend's birthday, she's turning 70. And I'm going to put this in a crock pot on low for 8 hours. It'll be done when we get home. And this is going to be tomorrow's supper, and the day after that's lunch. That's a big piece of meat, but hubby likes the big pieces, so he can have that. Normally I would cut that big piece of meat, but I'm not going to. Hubby likes those big pieces. I like the little pieces. And you can see I didn't put a whole lot of oil in here. I'm still trying to do my weight program, even though the Thanksgiving was just over. We got to enjoy being with family and friends. Then move your meat around to make sure it all gets cooked. Could use a bigger skillet, but I didn't want to bother with getting a big old skillet dirty. Here, hubby made some, did in the oven, bacon. Gonna be making some breakfast taquitos for the week. I like my bacon crispy. He likes his kind of raw. That's what I say. But the price of bacon is getting ridiculous. And look at how much fat is on this bacon. Look at that. Look at all that fat. That's why I like mine extra crispy. Typically, I like it more crispy than that, but that'll work because once we get to the office, just put it in the microwave and I heat it up some more so it's warm. Because I'll wrap them in tortilla. These are going to be tortilla breakfast burritos. She's going to be bacon, eggs, and tortilla. He likes to put cheese in his. I don't. And that'll be for about 3 days of breakfast meals for us for the week. He wanted cereal, so we went at the grocery store and we bought this meat and he got himself some cereal. So he'll be eating a couple of days of cereal, a couple of days of breakfast taquitos. Then I'm going to be making some pancakes, not pancakes, waffles. And I'm going to put some cooked sausage. I won't have time to do that today. That'll be another day. And make 2 weeks worth of breakfast waffles, which will have a cooked waffle, a cooked over easy egg with the break the yolk, and either sausage or hash browns on top. So the waffle will be the bottom and the top bun to eat your breakfast sandwich. And it's all going to be pre-cooked. Put them in the freezer, and then you'll be ready to pop one or two, however many you think you're going to want to eat. One's more than enough for me. Probably just do one. He might do two. But see how it's making a little bit of a gravy? Do you see that from the flour? But continue stirring until flip over until all the red of the meat is done, because you want this meat to be cooked. And I'm using my Betty Crockett cookbook. This is the recipe where I got this from. And there's a couple of pieces here. You just continue stirring and watching to make sure, like look, there's a piece right there. Where you see the red, that part of the meat needs to get cooked. You're not really cooking it, you're searing it. Not really searing it, you're browning. The word is, I think it's browning. I believe that's the word. Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, we are just about done. And then this is going to be really easy. I'm showing you step by step for if there's any newbies here who are new to cooking or making this different meal. And with winter coming, because it's already going to be the first, tomorrow, the 1st of December. It's going to, this will be a nice, good, warm meal to warm your bones. I hate being cold to my bones, and I'm cold all over. And it's so uncomfortable when you're cold all over. You see the little gravy? We're going to toss all that into the crock pot. I got to double check it my recipe, but I'm pretty sure I cook all that. And I'll do a pop-up of the ingredients. But pretty much when it comes to beef stew, you can do what you want. Typically you would add raw onions, but hubby don't care for onions. So we're going to skip that part, but I am going to do a lot of onion powder. And this is my homemade onion powder from store-bought onions that I ground, dehydrated, and ground up into powder. Okay, we are just about done. I'm going to let that continue to cook. Close up my powder. Fill up this container so we can put you're going to need water to put it to your crock pot, but you don't want to do the water until after all the food is in, because you're going to make sure you have enough room for all the food in there and cook, but you're not going to need a whole lot of water, because in the crock pot, the meat and the vegetables, the water in those items come out and puts the water in the crock pot, so you don't add a whole lot of water. There's a piece of red meat. And you can put that over. You don't want to toast it. You don't want to. You just want to get rid of the red. And I think I'm done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn the heat off. Okay. I'm gonna move you over. Excuse me, I'm maneuvering my camera away from the stove top. So here's my crock pot. Oh, let me double check my recipe. Okay, Betty Crocker recipe. Cook and stir beef in shortening in a 12-inch skillet or Dutch oven until beef is brown, about 15 minutes. Add 3 cups of hot water. 1/2 teaspoon salt and pepper. Heat to boil. Reduce heat. This is if you're going to be doing all this in a stock pot, but we're not doing any of that, so we're going to skip it. We're going to do this in a crock pot. So now, I got to remember I got to put a crock pot liner because I don't want a big cleanup mess. I keep on forgetting. I ordered these crock pot liners. These are fantastic, and I keep on forgetting to put these. And once I wash this container, I'm leaving this out to remind me to put those in there. So the last 2 times I used my crock pot, I forgot my bag. I was like, Just make sure you measure what size crock pot you have to know what size of liner you need to get. But most of them fit just about all the crock pots, except for those great big professional ones. Then you just lay it over that. That's it. Now you just put your cooked meat, gravy, juices, and everything into, let me get that on the island. Got my water, but again, I'm not going to do that till later. And I already cut up and diced. We like peeled potatoes. We don't like the skin. Some people like skin, we do not. going to toss that in there. We're going to give this a little stir because you want to put some of that meat on the bottom. You want some of those potatoes on the bottom. There we go. I'm going to bring it right up to it. See that? See how that is? That's all I'm doing. Now I'm going to add some water. That's about 3 cups. I know I didn't measure, but I've done this so much, I already kind of know. And I'll show you in just a minute. I'll bring the camera up to you. Look at that. See, it's just enough water, but it's not covering the whole thing. Because when the lid is on it, the lid is going to keep the moisture in. Because mine, as soon as you plug it in, it turns on. Plug it in. Put it on low. I'm going to set my timer for 6 hours just to double check it, stir it. And that's it. And you walk away and you're done. And then when it's done, turn it off. And you can eat. So that's it. Can't get any quicker and easier than this. So let me leave these right here so I can remember to put these inside this once it's cleaned and we're finished with it. And we'll bring it back when we get ready to do the taste test. Well, hey, we're back. I forgot to do the end of the video and do the taste test. But anyway, we went ahead and ate it. And look at that yummy goodiness. And look. Look how chunky. Oops. I don't want to spill it.
Please don't.
Oh, this is heavy. But look at that. Yum, 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 yum. It's just so good, so flavorful. We did do a little cornstarch slurry to add to it to make it a little bit thicker. And the chunks of the meat, chunks of the stuff. But anyway, you can definitely taste that flavor. It's really, really good. It was 45 degrees today, almost all day today. And so, come home, freezing cold. Well, for me, it's freezing cold because we're in Texas. And have a pot ready to make. All I have to do is put it in a bowl and eat. Can't get any easier than that. But anyway, this is my take on Crockpot beef stew. Thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. Take care now. Bye-bye.